Hey everyone! Happy early Easter. It is
Happy Easter.
Yeah, so it's we normally wear this out
I think
among the city.
we grew ears out of our heads somehow.
It is going to be our Easter show today. Always have fun with it. And we're also going to be finishing up our conversation of our favorite moments of our cruises that we've done so far. And Greg, it's all coming up next on
D&G Explorers. Hello, everybody.
Happy
Early
Easter.
Easter.
Yes. What is the date today?
It's you asked me that earlier. It's the 16th.
Today's just gone.
And we're just
blur.
like blocking everything, but you could see the little peeps and you can warm them up. There's like little pouches you can warm up, and I guess you can hold them and stay warm. I have no idea
If you
why.
get a little bit insecure, you can have the peeps to hang out with you and warm you up. But welcome in, everyone. We've had, I don't know, it's starting to warm up here in Central Valley. We've had some fun today. We woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning to take my car to, I want to say the doctor, to the garage. And the power steering is out. My car is 2006 Acura. It's got 330,000 miles on it. I'm trying to hold on to it as long as I can without spending a bunch of money. And so we took it down to get that fixed today. And it wasn't the power steering. He said it was the timing belt. So about $1,400 later, we were on our way to go to Fresno, which is where he's at. He's actually in Clovis, which is about 40 minutes away. And you are all over the place, buddy.
That's your story.
And we get as we're going down there, we get a call from him saying, "Oh, he's got to replace the belt. He's going to do it for free, but the car won't be ready today." So tomorrow is when we're going to go back there and pick up the car. So hopefully everything will be a lot better, and I can squeeze out maybe another year or another 2 years out of the car, and not have to worry about an extra payment. That would be nice to do that.
There you go. Now you can see them and the rabbit in the back. There you go.
These are cool. I got these at Walmart, and I thought this was pretty cool.
They have a plush. It's plush with a heatable pouch. Super soft and huggable. Removable pouch can be heated in the microwave oven. Natural clay beads to retain heat. Keep you warm throughout the night because it's so cold in spring.
Well,
but I guess
it is.
Use it whenever.
It is back east at times, so it could be cold.
There you go. I mean, Nurse Nancy had a fire going on yesterday. I'm like, do they have a fire going on? Is it that cold there?
Greg, why don't we welcome our explorers in today? starting at the top there.
We got Ann Hanley. We got Just Dave. Nautical Nurse Nancy. Najima Brown is here.
We got a Bills fan audience here so far.
Where are we at? Is that Adventures with Roxanne is here too.
And we'll get more as come in. Comment on there, you guys. We're curious to see what you are doing for Easter. Does this sound bad? I've been like so busy. I just realized my dad's birthday is this Sunday.
That's not bad. You didn't miss it. It's still Sunday.
My mom called me and says, "Oh yeah, I just want to remind you it's your father's birthday today."
Wait. Well, he was born on a day that Easter happens to be on this year.
Easter moves around.
He wasn't born on Easter Day, was he?
He's born on, I don't know when it was. He was born in 1939, so I don't know what Easter fell on that year. But it's interesting because my mom, whose birthday is March 23rd, she's had her birthday on Easter before. And it's interesting how Easter can change so much with the dates. I've never quite understood that.
I think last year,
Paul, I can love.
Welcome. Last year, I think it was 2 weeks ago already. Like 2 weeks ago that had already passed. That's when Easter was last year, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You did say hi to Adventures with Roxanne, right?
I yes.
So.
But welcome again.
Yes. So Anne says my granddaughter has one of those beatable bunnies. Beatable bunnies.
Not beatable.
I think she meant heatable.
Yes.
No, okay, she did. Not
I mean,
beatable.
if you get mad, just what did that peep ever do to you? No, just playing.
Anne says her daughter's birthday is on Easter this year. So interesting. A few people have birthdays on it. One of my managers that I work with at work, his birthday is this Sunday. My uncle, my mom's brother, his birthday is he passed, but this would have been his birthday. And they lived in England, and they used to call him Little Hitler because Hitler's birthday was 420. So, and then you have the number 420. So,
gosh,
what an interesting number and date. We have, I think, was it Just Dave?
Yes.
Easter different overseas as kids, different treats? No, good question.
Hey, Renee, welcome.
Renee. Good question. We moved here when I turned 10.
They certainly had these Cadbury eggs though in England.
But my dad was in the military where he met my mom in England. But I remember us going out in the woods and we had an Easter hunt. I think it's the same things because like the Cadbury's
Easter egg hunt?
Yes, we went searching out in the woods, doing that. That was fun. But we had like Cadbury's. They have the Easter eggs. We had those, so it must have been the same as it was. I mean, obviously it was in the 70s, so it's a little bit different than what they offered. Even in the U.S. in the 70s, offered things different than they do now. But yeah, it was pretty much the same for that.
I think it's hard to find eggs in a front yard for kids. Imagine finding it in the woods. Oh my gosh.
Well,
how deep in the woods did you go to find these eggs?
It was like kind of like a park area, but I remember there was pine trees out there. It was like a meadow. It was cool. It was probably in Rendlesham Forest where the aliens appeared, that famous incident. We were probably
you should look that up if you guys don't know about that famous Rendlesham Forest alien encounters. It's real. They're out there.
It happened at the base where my dad was stationed. Welcome in, Jamie Wilhite. Just got home from work. Greg, we're gonna have. Thought it would.
Sorry, I was gonna say, Cadbury eggs are not the same anymore. In England and here, are they? They're not made in England anymore, are they? It's the same recipe and everything.
They kind of changed it.
Maybe I'm thinking of Hershey's. I thought Hershey's bought them.
Hershey owns the right to produce Cadbury's in the U.S.
with Hershey chocolate, or no?
It's a Cadbury's is different no matter where you're at because they make it more unique to the market where they sell it at. So it's still milk chocolate. It's not Hershey's chocolate, but it's a milk chocolate. But it's different than the English and the Canadian. You can taste the difference. Cadbury's from England is a lot creamier, and they moved their factory to Poland, and now they brought it back. But they make their chocolate in different spots. There's certain recipes they make in Bournemouth. We went there, Cadbury's World. My mom and I, we went to that.
I feel like there should be a book about this.
Actually, I have a book.
I thought you did.
I do.
Welcome, more sunshine,
Welcome
please.
Dilly dilly.
Can we get a little bit more sunshine, please? So I was going to say, so if you go to like an English shop, you should be able to get English Cadbury eggs if they had them.
Yes.
Or like World Market might have them.
Yeah, you just have to look. If you see the crown on there, and then you still have to see where it's being made.
We have bunnies that come to our yard. So the first year the Easter Bunny had eggs in our yard, I got pics with the eggs
and real bunnies.
And real bunnies.
That is so cool.
Awesome. Hershey uses a more European recipe like their symphony bar. It's really hard to read when there's like hardly any light on this, but there you go. I did good.
So for
to your drink. Sorry.
So for our dilly dilly, I want to do something a little bit fun. And both Greg and I were not.
Oh, it's cold.
I put it in the freezer like the last hour. We're not gin drinkers. We do not like the taste of the juniper seed. It's not a seed. It's a juniper cone. I think it's like a pine cone. We are not a fan of it. But once you look at things on Facebook, they start popping all these different things, and then I'll say, "Oh, is that available at Total Wine?"
Because I get your information, and
they know what you're looking at.
Dave can go into all of this as we do on our Marco Polo chat group that we have. You know, it's a conspiracy that was playing.
So I found one which I thought was pretty interesting sounding, but the name of the company is called McQueen and the Violet Fog.
Sounds like a music group or something.
This is the ultraviolet edition, and it is hibiscus berry flavored gin. So this is what it looks like. It looks kind of like
you should read what it says back there. Can you read that?
I think I can. Let me see.
There's like a whole story.
On a riser together, 4 figures were moored. Huge black amplifiers there rumbled and roared. 3 were cloaked all in purple, with faces concealed, and a 4th dressed in black turned away and revealed. On the back of his jacket, I think it's supposed to be like a poem, the pacing of a poem. Mm-hmm. On the back of his jacket was what I was there shown, a great eye with crown stitched in gold on it sewn. I was fixed to the spot by the music's sheer violence. The lights were extinguished, then suddenly silence. My heart caught in my throat as I helplessly waited. Then the bulbs glowed again and the room illuminated. What I saw there at least still defies explanation. The stage was deserted, save the reverberation. Shocked and anxious, I left, but glanced back at the door, and there I saw a plate gone unnoticed before. All it read was McQueen, ampersand on the wall, just below the violet fog. That was all.
That made no sense to me, but it had a nice pace.
Well, after I realized it was a poem, like a poem.
Yeah, Life Adventure Show. Welcome.
Welcome, Tammy. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, that's an interesting lip on that lid.
It took me forever to figure out how to take that to open it, and it was hard to open it.
It almost looks like the old milk bottles back in the day.
I think of like the like the chemistry
when you see
and
it.
They have the stoppers for the chemistry.
It's almost like a chemistry bottle or like a really old, almost like a milk bottle.
Aw, Tammy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Super stickered. Thank you.
Yes.
Happy Easter early. Ooh, that smells. I could smell it.
It smells interesting. Greg, let's see if we can find a little dance for.
It's kind of purplish violet, actually.
Let's do.
I'm sure if you dunk in hard-boiled egg, it'd probably color.
I think. I don't know.
Oh, my drink! No! Good alcohol.
You're slow.
Wow.
This is like an intro for a video.
Mixed with the ice cream man coming our way.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Very much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
All right, Greg. Dilly dilly.
Is it the same one?
Hello.
I don't
Yeah,
think it is.
It is.
I think it's
There's
different.
an ice cream truck that comes by,
Yes,
and it
cheers
has a
to the
music,
dilly.
and then you hear the voice say, "Hello."
We always make fun of it. I'm like, hello.
It's different, isn't it? It's better than straight gin. The comments on it says it's like
ooh, it burns going down.
It's like cough medicine. It does kind of have a
it's still burning.
Wow. Definitely this is a sipping. You could put this with
that burns.
Ginger ale, like Canada Dry ginger ale. That might be good.
Yeah,
make it look of a
wow, put it with something. That does burn. Is that RobFuz? Welcome, RobFuz.
Welcome, Rob. I hope you're doing well. Rob has been releasing a lot of retro videos, so check out his channel. Here it goes. Can you guys hear it? Come on, I want to hear the hello.
It's not doing the same thing.
Oh,
there it goes. All toot. There it goes.
Sorry, that's our amusement in our neighborhood. Listening to the ice cream truck.
It's the little things that matter.
Yes. But we have a couple of fun things. I went to the Walmart. To the Walmart. It's now more fancy. It's called the Walmart.
So exciting these days. Tiffany Peacock, welcome.
Welcome, Tiffany. I like to try unique flavored Peeps, although I really don't like Peeps. But this is a Rice Krispies one.
He'll eat one. He'll eat one, and then it's like, okay, we're done. Because once you open these, you have to eat them fast or put them in some kind of an airtight Ziploc without much air. Otherwise, they go stale real quick.
And then they also have a Dr. Pepper. Pepper Peeps.
As much sugar as Dr. Pepper has, I can only imagine this is probably double or triple the amount of sugar.
So we have that. And then we've got a little toy that I thought was pretty funny. It's called Funny Bunny. And apparently you put...
excuse me.
You put jelly beans in here.
And he poops out of his butt, basically.
And when he's walking,
it's a little wind up.
He expresses himself.
Wow.
And you get to eat the goodness of it. So we're going to play with that in a little bit. But
eat the goodness of that doesn't sound right coming out of a rabbit's butt. I like them better when they are not as soft after the air gets to them.
A lot of people like them that way.
I have a pooping cow. Wait, do you have a real pooping cow or you have a toy pooping cow?
But we don't really know what we're doing this Sunday, huh? You were planning on going to your mom's.
Well,
but
I was asking what they're doing, and I guess they're going to go to other family members. So we might just do our own little thing here, and because we have to work the next day. So we might just stay home and relax and do our own thing here.
With it being my dad's birthday, I got to get him a card, and then I'll drop that off and see him for a little bit on Sunday. I'll be 85. My dad will turn. No, wait.
God bless him.
86. He was born in 39. He'll turn 86. Yes.
Watermelon Peeps. Underrated. Oh man, this really burns. I don't know if I. This really feels weird.
Do you want me to mix it with a?
Here? I don't know if it's gonna.
I'll mix it.
I could it's like stuck right here, and it's a constant burn after burn. That's weird. It's almost stuck. So what is everybody's plans for Easter? What's going on in your guys' neck of the woods for Easter Sunday? And watermelon Peeps actually sound good, Jim. So I don't like when peeps get hard because that's like you're trying to bite into a rock. I like a soft marshmallowy peep because it feels like they've gone stale when they're hard peeps. Drink some milk, Greg. Oh my gosh, I think I'd probably vomit if I mixed alcohol with milk like that. I mean, thank you for the idea. I don't even really do well with mudslides with alcohol. 420 Easter egg adult hunt. Oh my gosh. So Easter is on 420. You know what 420 is, don't you?
I was saying earlier.
That's horrible that it's on that day. But you could have a Easter egg adult hunt for sure. Now I don't know what adult things you'd be hiding, but hanging out with the grandkids, that Juma Brown says. Awesome.
Najima, are you going on the Grandeur of the Seas? I think you were the ones, right? I got a message from Mercy Rodriguez, and she says that is an amazing ship. They did a back-to-back on it, and she sent a picture. I think she posted actually on Facebook, but she said the staff was amazing. So it's an older ship, but you should have an amazing time.
Life Adventure Show said, where would I put a real cow? I just saw that. Just candy and money. You mean that's what you want for Easter?
Who said that? Tammy.
We are doing nothing for Easter. We had the kids' Easter egg hunt Monday and Friday. We are going to an adoption. An adoption? An adoption for what? What are you adopting? Did I read that right? We're going to an adoption. Maybe gummies. Oh my gosh.
Tammy's saying.
Oh my gosh. Well,
all right, let's
you
test
be
it.
careful with those, whatever kind of gummy that is. Dilly, I almost said God bless us. Well, God bless us too.
Much better. That's much better.
Yeah, that is. But it's very sweet. But yeah, it's not sticking anymore. That's good.
Oh, how awesome. My daughter and son-in-law are adopting a young man. He's 14.
Awesome. Oh, wow.
That's awesome because you hear so many times that people don't want to adopt the older children. So the fact that he's being adopted, that's awesome. I'm assuming he must have been fostered for
That's
a
very
while.
cool.
Yeah, that's awesome for them. Jamie says going Friday to Phoenix to my daughter's hair. My daughter's.
Her husband
my daughter's. Sorry.
is
her husband is
gone, so I will hang out with her and 4 of my grandkids.
Awesome. Jamie, do you live in Phoenix? I know you're in Arizona. Are you in Phoenix or are you? Apparently not. Are you in another area within Phoenix?
Did you leave the refrigerator door open?
I didn't go in the refrigerator.
Oh.
Sorry.
And I don't know.
We had like a squirrel moment on that. But yeah, this is it's always interesting that Easter is
we heard a
moved
noise
around. The date is an interesting one. I live in Tucson. Okay. We've visited Tucson before. We have a friend that we stayed with, and she lives out in the desert with nothing but. Remember those cactus that if you get too close to them, they
stuck to me, and they burn.
She lives close to.
They literally like project themselves out. It seems like, but rabbits just have no problem just maneuvering through them. Don't touch them. But when a human gets close and it feels the heat, oh my gosh, they stuck to me, and it's like the littlest touch, and they are sharp, and they burn. They hurt trying to pull them off.
She lives near Old Tucson movie studios. Remember when we went out there?
Oh yeah.
That was a really cool area.
We have a video of that on our YouTube channel if you'd like to watch.
We do?
Yes, we took video and pictures of it. I thought we had a video of all that on our YouTube channel.
I know we used to have it on our montage, but I don't remember that. Disney Nerd Herders.
Welcome.
Charlie and Stacy. They had a special guest on their show tonight, Mark Langenkamp.
Those were those were fun questions.
Yes, you guys
I
did a
was
great
getting
job.
a lot of them right.
He did a good job too. Jumping cactus, that's what they're called.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, they can jump themselves away from me when I was over there.
It's definitely interesting living in a desert, the things you have to worry about. And she lives in a mobile home,
Mhm.
but it looks like a house. It's pretty amazing. The how they
It's
they
a
make
big mobile home.
Yes, it is. I think this needs something else.
We on Friday is Good Friday. During Lent, Ash Wednesday, and then every Friday after up to Good Friday, we've been eating these really tasty fish sandwiches that we make. We just buy these fish patties, and then we stick them on. I think they were brioche buns with some tartar sauce and cheese. Oh my gosh, they were so good.
You can get them at Target. You can get them in a lot of the grocery stores here.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's Gordon's. It's something like that. I always think it's Gordon's.
I think that's how you say.
It's
Gordon's,
something
yeah.
close because every time I think it's Gordon's and it's actually not.
Yeah.
But
So
they have the fish sandwiches because they have the
Mhm.
fillets in that,
so
and that they're
really tasty.
and they're crispy.
Mhm.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it.
So I went to Black Friday. Good Friday, we are either going to do a full on like nice fish dinner, or I said we could just do the sandwiches if you want. And then Easter Sunday, we can make, something a little bit more nicer for Easter. If we don't go see my family.
Tammy says, "Have y'all ever went to Burning Man?"
No,
I haven't heard of that.
I've heard of it, but I don't know really what it is. But we've never done it.
Yeah, it's and it's in a yellow bag, and they have like 8 fillets. They're not very big. I mean, they're probably like this big, but it's perfect with the size of the bun.
We make 2 of them each, and then we have like a side of vegetables.
I've been on this crave of avocado, so I'll put like an avocado mayonnaise. I'll put the
is that what you've been using?
Yeah, on the bottom of
And
it.
tartar sauce.
And then I'll put the cheese, like a cheddar cheese on there, and then I'll put the fillet so it can melt a little bit. And then on top of that, I put the tartar sauce. And it comes out really, really good.
I'm baking veggie cold pizza and something sugar-free. Veggie cold pizza. Well, it won't be cold when you bake it, right? We will probably have ham on Sunday. Yeah, I was thinking of having the small canned ham, and then you can heat it up, and then we can have like vegetables or something, and you can make your world famous Brussels sprouts if you want, or we might just do something simple. It's really what you want to do, what you want to make of it for dinner.
I think if we're going to be here for Easter, I'll do salmon for dinner.
Yummy!
And we can do the fish sandwiches on Friday. Last 4 weeks we've been doing it. 6 weeks.
Yeah, we do. We like salmon and we like red snapper. So maybe if they have red snapper, that might be good too. Oh, they lost their eyeballs.
All right, Greg.
All their eyeballs are all over the place.
This is the Rice Krispies Pete's.
Okay. They smell like Rice Krispies.
They do actually, don't they? Mike Jackson, welcome in.
Welcome.
Churro peeps.
You could basically just make these into Rice Krispie treats, like real Rice Krispie treats.
I actually really like these. These are good. I'm surprised. They do taste like Rice Krispies.
Well, they smell like Rice Krispie treats, but when you eat them, they taste like a marshmallow to me. Like there's no taste to them.
Sorry. Charlie says, it's got to be Charlie. Your walls need some dolphins. Yeah, we decided to put do something a little bit different.
We'll have that sign that's glowing ramming into a dolphin for you.
Not crunchy. No, they are not crunchy. We just got them. So, well, they're crunchy in the fact
The
that you can taste
sugar
the
is
sugar.
crunchy.
Yes. All right, Greg.
But
well,
they don't taste like Rice Krispie treats to me.
I think they do.
They
It actually
smell like
it
it.
kind of reminds me. Michael said churro peeps. It actually does remind me of a churro. A churro.
Wow.
Sorry,
Well,
the dolphin abuse. We'll
let's
try.
put these in here.
Okay, I actually really like those. I'm not a fan of peeps, but it's always like trying to find one that you actually like, and that's pretty rare that I actually like that.
I think every peep I've had smells like what it should taste like, but when you taste it, it just tastes like a marshmallow.
Greg, why don't you get that little thing out here? Just like the playoffs. One Easter, I made Rice Krispie treats that were egg-shaped. They were a big hit. I think that would be an amazing thing to have on there. If your pop is crunchy, something might be off your peep is crunchy. If your peep
Wow.
is crunchy. All right, we're going
If
to
you're wet, oh, your peep is crunchy.
lower this a little bit so you guys can see what is going on. Give us a little bit of room. Move this out of the way.
Well, how do you stuff him with them? Oh.
Oh, here you
You
go.
pull his
You
head off.
decapitate him first.
You take his head off.
Aw, Mike Jackson says, as I remind everybody at Easter, you're no bunny until some bunny loves you.
Aw. I mean, really, you could just not go through all this trouble and just eat the jelly beans.
I think the fun of it. So you have to have it facing them. So come this way to that.
Oh my god. It just laid some droppings. Let's taste it.
And the worst part is it's the look. Like he's looking at you like it's defiant. We've done that before, Tammy, but those are the first jelly beans that we've had. But we haven't. I'll be honest, we haven't done it before. Did we do it on our show?
Ooh, don't look at me fart or poop.
We did it on a Five Foolish Mortal show, if I remember right, about 3 years ago. No, yeah, that's yours.
What was that?
So that was at Walmart. It was only like $4.99, maybe less than that. It's the walking poops. It's the walking poops for me. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is cute.
Yes, I like the look of the face.
I mean, you could buy a refill of little jelly beans. Do you guys have any shows that you watch? I know Easter isn't. Easter has, the Easter Bunny for the magic with kids and things like that. Do you watch religious movies on Easter? Do you watch I was going to watch the 10 Commandments a few days ago.
I know you did.
Well, my dad always watched them, but then I watched the one that Ridley Scott did called Exodus, Gods and Kings. And that was like a different rendition of it. Like it was still the story, but they cut out when he was a baby and everything, really. And then he found out later that he, excuse me, that, where he came from. And so it was okay, but I still prefer the original 10 Commandments myself. So, but we like to watch the Easter bunnies come into town. We watch the Family Circus Easter, if you remember the Family Circus comics. There's the Peanuts Easter Beagle. So we'll watch things like that as well. So I don't know if you guys have anything that you like to watch on Easter.
So we have SCN, Helen and Mervin are in the house.
I watch old episodes of the PTL Club.
Mark. Tammy Faye Baker. And then we also have Carnival Cruise Addicts. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us today.
Ben-Hur. Is Ben-Hur? I
Yes.
think Ben-Hur was a religious movie, was it?
I'm pretty sure it was. I remember it being around Easter all the time when it came out. I saw it a long time ago, but I can't remember what it was about. It's about Ben. About Ben-Hur. Yes. But
there is a Prince of Egypt. That's a good cartoon. They actually have a new cartoon.
Is that Easter though? It's not Easter.
Yes, that's a
Prince of Egypt.
The Prince of Egypt. Yes, it's in the same area of the Ten Commandments. The Prince of Egypt.
I thought that was just an Egyptian movie.
No,
that's by the company that was going up at the time against Disney.
That's DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. That's what I thought.
But they do have a Easter movie out that is a cartoon. I forget what I think it's called. King of Kings. And it's in a theater right now for Easter, so kids can go see it. I actually saw snippets of it on TikTok, and it's still, I would think that parents would explain things to their kids after they watch it, because it's still kind of adultish the way that, they have to go through things, and it's still an animated movie, but kids can see it. So
Disney Nerdherder says, yes, Ben-Hur runs into Jesus. He's carrying the cross, a touching moment.
Did not remember.
Was that
Eric D?
Eric
Welcome.
D, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you are doing amazing. You guys, if you are creators, please put that put hashtag creator in there. So if you guys are not familiar with everyone that's in there, I like the new Prince of Egypt that they recorded on the West End in London. I did not know that.
Yeah, the one, I think you've seen it. The one that I like is the one with the song from Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey that did the duet in it, but I forget who does the voices in the movie, but that was a pretty good movie as well. I liked when the seas were parted, the Red Sea was parted, and then you see the whales actually in the water. That was pretty too.
Anne says, I tape all my favorite shows so I can watch and fast forward during the commercials. I don't really watch holiday movies anymore. I've seen them so many times. Just Hallmark movies I've taped.
Yep. Hallmark has Carnival. Oh my God. Easter movies. I was getting mixed up with Carnival Cruise Addicts. Welcome. Just Googled it. Didn't realize there was so many Easter movies. Nurse Nancy is slowly creating and getting out those cruise vlogs. Yeah,
Nancy, we share your pain. We share your pain.
You always say, I'm gonna work on the video. Or he's looking at other cruise ideas. I'm like, I thought you were gonna work on the video. I'm just relaxing right now, looking at cruises for the future.
That sounds like me.
Mm-hmm.
We have to record now that we have our voices back. We are going to record our likes and dislikes of the NCL Encore. That will be our next one that we're going to come out with. And then we're going to dive into our Virgin Cruises. And then we'll work on the other 15 that we haven't put out yet.
That ice looks like a giant toenail or something.
Gross. Maybe it is.
That's funny.
Scott from Controversial
Dilly.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
So, what time is it?
It is 5:40.
Oh my God. So we need to talk about
it's almost
the rest of.
It's interesting how much our shows reflects, like with Nancy's. Like they had 3 weeks of Never Have I Ever. On a cruise ship.
Like never. We need to do a Never Have I Ever.
Well, we
need to have Nancy and Anthony on our show and do a Never Have I Ever. That'd be fun. So what?
But we've been doing our favorite moments on a cruise.
So we need to finish that. So
okay,
name a favorite moment on your on a cruise.
I have my Suhek.
Oh my gosh, you have them all spread out here.
Well, I have ones I wanted to talk about. this is the last one that we've been on Norwegian. And now these are my Suhek binders. And this one, this is all the different information that I put in there, from port days to this is our freestyle daily
souvenir that we do.
But it's really helpful because if you're trying to plan on a cruise, and I can't remember what I did last week, but this is helpful because you know what you did on the days, what
Pepper
shows
Tree
we're
Villa,
going.
Welcome
In, boys.
Checking in to say hi. We're at Costco this afternoon.
Costco, what?
Hopefully they're not too crazy right now. Uh-oh, we're blurry.
Apparently I don't have the power.
Uh-oh.
We'll get it. Do I have the power? I don't have the power.
There we go. And we're back.
But this was our first full.
Have fun at Costco.
I thought Jim was saying the same thing as Pepper Tree Villa.
Because of the yellow.
Scott says, not Scott.
Who are you? What are you
Carnival
reading?
Cruise Addict said, use the force. What we really liked about this cruise, it was our first.
Wait, which cruise do you have up?
The Encore.
Oh, okay.
It was the first time we sailed out of Seattle. It was our first
that's where we went
full
to the
Alaska cruise.
Yep, and we went to the Starbucks original
store.
One.
Yep, we did a video on that. Well, practically the videos for the cruise is done. But we went to the Underground City back in the day.
Interesting.
Back in the 80s. It might have been, I think it was 80s. Might have been late 70s, early 80s.
I forgot what it was for.
Darren McGavin. He's the one that was in A Christmas Story. He was the father in A Christmas Story. He was on a show called The Night Stalker. And from what I understand, if I remember right, it was actually in a TV movie before they came out with the series. And in one of them, they went down into the underground city of Seattle. And we got a chance to do that. And we only saw 3 city blocks, but they basically built up above the existing city because they needed to get sewage going through there, and they replaced the wood with bricks to make it more safer from fires.
The bubblegum wall, we did see the boat. That was gross.
That's at Pike's Market.
Just remember, don't lean up against it.
Anne says she remembers A Night Stalker. That was a good series. Darren McGavin is an interesting actor, but that was you either love her or hate him. But I have, I believe it's on DVD. We still have that.
They did say it was haunted down there, that people would see things. We didn't see anything, but it was interesting, the stuff that was down there. I mean, I would say that we've seen that tour once. We don't really need to see it again unless we went with someone that didn't do it before and they wanted to see it. It would be a nice refresher, after time went by.
Yeah, I would. We stayed at the Seattle Marriott. We didn't go on the Space Needle. We tried to go up that, but we couldn't find parking.
It was so crowded, and I think they were having some kind of a rally a protest or something.
Yes, they were having a protest that day, so they blocked that, and we couldn't find parking, and we were going through underneath the Space Needle. We couldn't do it, and we just said, well, let's go back to the waterfront, and that's when we did the wheel. If you guys remember, we went on the Seattle wheel. The wheel,
not the ghost of Peter Billingsley, no.
But that was definitely one of the highlights. We did. This was our second cruise on Norwegian. It was September 22nd through the 29th.
All around. We gotta try to center it or something.
This is back in 2019, but this had the port that we liked the best, which was Bar Harbor at the time.
We have put out this video already.
Oh yeah, these are done. These are done.
Because I don't know when the last one was. So
it's harder for me now since my work schedule has changed. I used to work a lot of 6 a.m.
He doesn't want me to try to edit, so he wants to do it himself.
It's all about Derek.
No, it's not all about Derek.
But we did so many fun things in this place. We went to St. John, you have to say it the right way. St. John Bay of Fundy.
It's St. John.
St. John.
You were saying sane John, like he's sane or not sane.
And well, you're insane, but that's beside the point.
I'm not.
But we went to Steamers, I think is the name of the place.
That was where we got our lobster roll.
Yes, we had a lobster roll, a Canadian one.
Good.
We also had a lobster roll in, which is actually a sandwich. We had that in Portland. but we actually liked the one from Hello, Sweet Jamie. Did we miss someone?
I don't think so.
I don't know if we missed.
If we missed you,
oh, there you go, Jamie Wilhelm.
I
Jamie
thought we said
Wilhelm.
welcome.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We realized we like the Canadian sausage lobster roll more than the main one.
The Canadian sausage at a steamer's place. Okay. Yeah, no. We had lobster rolls. It was good.
Yeah, that was a fun. I really want to go back to that itinerary again. I want to go to St. John. You have to say it right. St. John. That was a really cool place.
Yeah, it's not more than one.
But
he doesn't own it. So.
No, we went to Bahaba on that trip. A lot of cool ports. We went to Halifax. When I think of Halifax, that's when we did the duck.
Didn't we have
the duck tour?
We had the lobster ice cream, didn't we? There.
That was in Bahaba.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was a different ship though, a different cruise.
That was on that was on this one. That's the only time we've been up into that area.
Yeah, that's what we were saying last week. It was like buttery ice cream with lobster meat that happened to be in there. That's how I would describe it anyway.
So we went to.
I liked that ship. I think you did too.
This is the first time we had a chance to experience Princess. We went on the Sky Princess. We were on here February 5th to the 12th, 2022. We have not released these videos.
These and Discovery.
Princess will be. We've released one from that, the Discovery Princess, which was an Alaskan sampler.
Is there a bag in there?
It says "Relax, another day in paradise." We must have got that as part of
Thank you.
An exchange. But we have to do this one, and we have to do the Royal, which is only like a 3-night cruise. But first time on Princess. Love that class of ship, the Royal class.
Excuse me. Loving those binders. Thank you.
These are really good to remember what you did.
It's our own little souvenir that we have. Yeah. Also, we put all of our things that they gave us from the cruise.
I mean, I'll even put like the tags that from like the Princess.
It's just a memento to have. Why not?
Yeah.
A lot of people throw them away. We just keep them.
It's
like a scrapbook, but not a scrapbook.
But we went to Princess K's on this one. That was cool. We went to Grand Turk, which Greg got attacked by a barracuda, and he had to be escorted back onto the ship.
That is not okay. I was not
anymore.
You made it sound like I was escorted because I was attacked by a barracuda, which I was not attacked by a barracuda. I was leisurely not scuba diving, but I was snorkeling, and I saw this. I just happened to turn, and bam! Like I see this huge fish, and I was like underwater because it was huge, and I was like, "What in the world?" I thought it was going to attack me, and I got out above water. I was swimming back, and everybody was looking at me like, "What the heck's wrong?" And I was like, "There's a huge barracuda out there." And they will strike. They strike people if they think if you're wearing shiny things. And I thought maybe I was in their breeding ground or something. So I definitely didn't want to deal with that.
But they also, if you're shiny or white, very pale, they also associate.
Which I was.
They also associate humans as being dominant predators. So they're looking for scraps. So that could be a thing too. If maybe they might want one of your fingers.
Oh my gosh, that's probably where I lost the medallion is when I was thrashing around. So
it had to have been.
I had to be escorted back because I didn't have my medallion.
And he had to. That's when he.
I wasn't in trouble or anything. I felt special that I was.
The port security
that was
had
escorted.
to escort him to the ship, so then the ship could verify that he actually.
It was a big to-do for me anyway. I felt special.
Welcome in, Holly.
Welcome, Holly.
Welcome in,
Holly Ayers.
Dave said that he was on the Caribbean Princess. I believe that also is a Royal class ship, and enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what I thought of it at first, but by the time I was done with this ship, I love this class of ship.
I love Princess cruises, and I love the Enclave layout. That's like their spa area. And I've never seen a spa laid out the way that it is. I like it. It's all indoors. And at the time, their top shower thing in the main pool in there wasn't working, but they have these side areas where these bubbles come up where you can have like a bubble massage. Excuse me. They have like 3 different saunas that just have a door that's a glass door, but then the rest of it's wall, so you don't feel like you're on display or because we've been on other cruises where it's all glass. And then the sauna is wood inside and all that. But it's kind of like there's no privacy or anything. It doesn't feel like you feel like you're on display. I don't know how to explain it, but it's more quaint, I guess, the way that they have it.
Apparently in Grand Turk, I bought these to give out to people.
And you never did.
I never did. But
so maybe we'll give them out later. The Down Under Cruisers, welcome.
Welcome in.
You made it just in time to hit that like button. Don't forget. Oh, thank you, Ann Haley.
We these will be our next ones after we do the likes and dislikes of the Encore. This will be our Virgin cruise.
Yep.
So this was a Valiant Lady. This is the first time we got to sail with Sir Gary of the Beaches, our dear friend. This was February 19th through the 25th of in 2023. This was an amazing cruise. There was about between 19 and 25 of us.
We only got to sail with him twice.
Yes.
The last
grateful for the chance that we had to do that.
Second and last time was the celebration on the group cruise, non-group cruise.
The thing I liked about
welcome Ben from PTV.
Welcome Ben. Where do you see that?
Or Ben PTV.
Oh, there he goes.
From Pebbertree.
The Sue Heck binder. Yes, this is the Sue Heck binder.
Yeah. We got a bunch of them back here.
We visited ports we had never been before. We went to Roatan. We went to Costa Maya. And
should I say Costa Maya? I don't know why you say it like that.
Tony from La Lita Loca, he always says Roatan. We went to Costa Maya, and then we went to their pervert island. What the heck? They're private. That put it into a whole different thing. They're pervert island.
Oh my god!
Virgin's pervert island, Paradise Pier.
Remind us to not go to that island.
Private island.
Wow! Of all the times you've stuck your foot in your mouth, that takes the cake, I think.
No, not Paradise. Bimini is the name of it.
Oh my gosh!
But we
I'm not going to try to correct you because I almost said what you just said.
Carnival Cruise Addicts, Virgin.
Wow,
Ben. We Chris from See the World with Chris. He booked an excursion for us, and there was maybe 12 of us that went on it. We had a chance at the time. We were able to hold a sloth.
I'd hate to see the activity list on Pervert Island. I'm sorry.
Instead of holding a sloth, you hold each other.
Stop.
So we held a sloth. We had monkeys jump on our head. We were afraid they were going to poop on our heads.
Oh my gosh. The sloths were like an outer body experience. It was so spiritual feeling to me. Oh my gosh. I loved holding a sloth.
12 perverts in an excursion. We did zip lining on that same one. They then took us to, we went to a chocolate factory. It was really like a chocolate shop that they made chocolate there. We went to a rum factory.
Hey, Mark Link,
which was
welcome.
Good. You did a great job, Mark, on Disney Nerd Herders.
Yes, great answers. Down Under Cruiser said, "Now, Derek, you are forgiven, considering you are wearing non-Disney rabbit ears." Haha.
And then we ended that tour at Bananarama, which is a private beach area. And that was awesome.
Carnival Cruise Addicts. I don't know if they've stopped.
They have
automatically right now. Yes. All places you can't hold a sloth.
There is. I follow John Hield. He's like kind of like the spokesperson for Carnival. And there was a notice posting that someone posted it, or it might have been on one of the other ships, that they said that they no longer. They were. Carnival posted it saying starting immediately, they're not allowed to hold the wildlife. So yes.
Maybe it was stressing them out or something. I hope nobody hurt them on purpose or something.
We are almost over.
But maybe if you go to a local zoo, maybe they have a sloth holding area. I don't know. What a shame, though. I'm glad that we were able to do it at least once. I just remember the hair was kind of like, it felt like broom bristles.
Yeah, and
it was really coarse hair.
You have to go with it. You can't go against it.
Yeah,
and I was holding it, and then he was looking at Greg, and he was going like reaching out to Greg. That was cool.
I mean, just that experience made me want to cry. Just the way they look at you, and they're just like, they have these curved hands, and if those things break, I don't know if they grow back or how easy it is for them to grow back.
We also did on that tour an amazing one. We booked Angela. Actually, Angela's on a cruise right now, you guys. She's on the Carnival Elation, and today they were in the Bahamas.
Awesome, Jim.
So she booked an excursion. We went with Waypoint Explorers. We went with who joined us on that? Jay. This is on the cenote and the Cholchoban.
Jay, Waypoint, and Peganardu's son. And then us.
I thought there was another one too that was with our.
It was two people I think that we met that happened to go on it with us.
They're Disney cast members.
Yeah.
They that was awesome. We didn't know. We thought we would enjoy because I love Mayan pyramids.
That's when you guys were jumping off that old rusty whatever that thing was. I'm like, I'm not jumping off that thing. My luck, I would cut myself, and I would need a tetanus shot, and yeah.
But I thought we would enjoy Cholchoban better than the cenote. We actually went to three different. It was on the river, which is freshwater, and there was three different spots that they took us to. The cenote, which is created from.
We love our cenotes.
What is it created from? It's something stone, limestone. Is that the word?
Yeah.
They create caverns where the water, fresh water, comes through, and it
just fills it up
into it. And that
we couldn't go in the cenote, but
we were in the water by it. I mean, you could stand up in the water. It wasn't below us. They call it Pirates Cove, I think, because that's where the pirates would at one time go through it. We did that, and then we went to we got the street tacos from that one place, and then they took us to Cholchoban. Cholchoban was warm, as most ruins are, but that was awesome just to see another one. But that was one of our favorite excursions. And
the people that took us on the tour on the boat had tequila, they had water, they had chips, like little snacks and things for us.
Drinks.
It was very nice of them to do. They really took care of us.
Yeah, we would do that again.
That's the kind of tour you want.
Yeah.
Snacks, food, drinks, that's great.
And that was booked not through Virgin. Other thing we haven't talked about is Carnival Celebration, which is part of the non-group cruise with
that is the last cruise that we went with Gary of the Beaches.
It was a combination cruise with Beach Please as well as Adventures Ahead. That was October 22nd through the 29th,
Who
2023.
Now have another group cruise coming out, Adventures Ahead.
Yes. We'll talk about future group cruises.
I'm just saying they have a group cruise coming out.
But we had a lot of fun trips on this. We went to St. Thomas again.
Just curious, do you have the what? The Red Rocks in California like they do in Utah and Colorado?
No.
That's as far west as I have been.
They have Red Rock Canyon in Las Vegas. On the going west.
And we met you there, yes. That was very awesome.
The Gimmick Cruise is going to be the new ones. We'll talk about our future cruises because I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about that one. But this was.
I was just saying that they have it.
Yes.
That's all. Gimmick Cruise.
But I like the XL class ship. We like the bigger ships. We just feel there's more things to do, even though there's more people. I think there's on the XL
but
class. But
you're so spread out.
I think it's 5,000 passengers when I looked it up recently.
But you're so spread out. There's a lot to do.
But we never got a chance.
Into people.
We never got a chance to do the Bolt.
It closed down because of the wind. We had a reservation, but then I remember Chris told us that it was closed down. So
we also last year, this was the only cruise we took. This was actually a free casino cruise. I think everything was $800.
That was a nice ship.
This
It
was
was
on
Italian ship,
the
Italian
Firenze,
style,
which is a
yeah.
Costa ship. We were on September 21st to September 28th, and we did a full Mexican Riviera, which is our first one. We're going to go into Carnival cruises after we finish our 2 Virgin cruises. But this was our first inside cabin that we did together.
We'll be doing parts of a Mexican cruise coming up in May. So we're doing just we've already talked about it. We're doing
we have. We'll announce that next week.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it.
I don't think we have, but we'll talk.
But we'll talk more about it next week, apparently, because Derek doesn't want to talk about it.
It's not the size of the ship; it's the motion of the
Oh my gosh!
But we were kind of afraid when we did our first inside cabin, because the first time I was on a cruise was in '93. I was on Premier Cruise Line. I was in an inside cabin, and I was in the excitement. I forgot to take my Dramamine, and I get sick at a moment's notice.
Which
I can get sick
again?
This is on the Atlantic, which was Premier Cruise Line.
The big red boat?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you've said
so
that.
I had some
times.
apprehension about being in an inside cabin. So we chose on the Lido deck. I love Carnival's Lido deck. That's one of my favorite ships, deck of any ship.
That's where all the food is.
I love it. And we were literally the first inside cabin. As soon as if you were walking out from the Lido deck,
we're like
into it.
That's our food. We're
take a right,
and
and you're the first inside cabin there. And that is a perfect spot. Definitely, I would do that one again.
Do you still get those little cards that tells where everything is for your cruises? I love them and get them for every cruise now.
Okay,
we have in the past, but not
yes.
for every cruise.
No, I think it depends on the ship. But that's a good point. We haven't done that on the last ones because I think we gave one. I think if I remember, we gave them to Anne.
Where do you get them from? Etsy?
Etsy, I believe I got it.
Somebody makes
Etsy.
them.
Yeah, and they'll do them for the ships where it's an easy little guide
Awesome.
of where it is. But definitely one of our favorite things that we did here. We went to.
We're going over.
I know we're going a little bit over. It's funny, but we went to Puerto Vallarta and we went to Walmart. We hung out with
where
a
you
friend.
Get the fresh vanilla that everybody loves to get.
Yeah, we went with a friend who's he was from Mexico, but he now lives in San Diego. So we had someone who could speak the language because I'll only know Spanish if you're cussing at me in Spanish. I don't know what you're saying, but other than that, I can't hold a conversation. As I'm like,
well, you could. It would just be all cuss words, and that wouldn't go well.
But we went to. There's a mall there that we went to, so we had a chance to see it. That was a really nice mall that we went there. They had a Starbucks. I was hoping to find maybe a little Starbucks mug, but they were closed, so they didn't have that.
I have that info because you gave it to me. If you want them again.
No, we're good. I can find them. Yeah, I can find them.
Oh, not the map cards. Never mind. Oh, because Carnival Cruise Addict said I thought they stopped them at least on Carnival.
It's it looks like a credit card, but they're
it's a white card,
and it tells you where all the restaurants
and
are.
And they kind of decorate it a little bit.
The bars, so if it's a quick reference. I mean, it's really good at the beginning of the ship. It's good for a memento too, but yeah. So I'll have to look at doing that on some of our other cruises. But we also went to. Angela told us, she just actually texted me. She told us, she goes, go find this place. You go up this street. You go through. You take a left. You'll see street vendors there. Go all the way to the end, and it's going to be on the right-hand side.
And we're like, those directions.
What the heck are you talking about? Where are we going to end up?
He found it with those directions. With those directions.
And they were really good tacos. And then we also, what did we do there? We went to the Walmart, and I got the Tamarindo Jose Cuervo, which I've been hunting for to see if I can get it in the U.S. We got that.
How was that? You've been hunting for.
That was an experience to see what they sell in a Mexican Walmart. But also you can get they have vendors there.
Walmart in Mexico.
They have vendors that when you get off the ship, depending what port you get off of, like what dock you get off of. But the same stuff we saw at Walmart, they were selling in the vendor area. And they were more expensive in the vendor area than it was at Walmart. So you might want to check Walmart out first before you do it. That's also where you got the glass lizards. the blown things.
Well, you got the lizard. I got a freshly made turtle. That was really special because they made it
That's it, and
fresh.
I think it is.
Yeah, I was just going to read that, but they made that turtle fresh from scratch. So, but we are over the top of the hour. So next week we're going to be talking about upcoming events and plans that we have as our cat is spazzing out in front of us.
And we asked your help a couple of weeks ago on what cruise are we going to go on. We are going to tell you which cruise we decided. So if you guys are interested, join us.
But yeah, I was going to say welcome everyone. Thank you everyone for sharing our little Easter special show that we did, and hopefully you all have a good Easter.
Remember the reason for the season.
Yes, and this is really cute.
It is cute.
It looks like a little thumper from Bambi.
It's only like
$20.25,
$9.97 at Walmart.
Yeah. So enjoy your Easter. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way, and remember the reason for the season, and everybody just have a blessed, happy Easter.
Jamie, it's a mixer. It's non-alcoholic. It's by Jose Cuervo, because you know how they have like the margarita that you have to add tequila to. It's in a glass bottle, and actually, I'm going to show it. So give me 30 seconds, right?
Where's the Jeopardy music when you need it for 30 seconds? Oh wow. So yeah, whatever you do with your family, whether it shows egg hunt, we're not doing. Somebody asked if we're doing dyeing eggs. We're not doing that this year, but there we are.
It is. It might be tamarind. No, it says sabor tamarindo.
Well, it is tamarindo. Then.
Yeah, and it's glass. It's not in a plastic like the ones in the U.S. Actually use the plastic, but it's a mixer that I cannot find anywhere. So we only saw it in Puerto Vallarta. We'll find out if we can find it in Ensenada.
But have a happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Be safe out there, and we'll see you next week. In case you forget our names,
I'm Derek.
And I'm Gregory.
If you forget our names, I'm Little Explorer.
And I'm Big Explorer.
And as Walt Disney once said,
we are just getting started.
Sorry, I can't find the end closing. Here we go.
Dilly dilly, everybody. Happy Easter.